Ronaldinho, full name Ronaldo Dias Moura, is one of the most talented and charismatic football players in history. His creativity on the field, incredible dribbling, and bright style of play made him a world football star, considered one of the greatest football players of all time. He won 2 awards, Best Player of the Year and Golden Ball FIFA. He is the only footballer to have won the World Cup, Copa America, Confederations Cup, Champions League, Copa Libertadores, and the Ballon d'Or. Ronaldinho is an icon of world football, renowned for his dribbling ability, accuracy of free kicks, use of tricks, fights, passes without dribbling or shooting, as well as his ability to score goals and create scoring chances. During his career, he was one of the most expensive footballers in the world. He is known by the nickname Bruxo the Magician. Ronaldinho made his debut for Grêmio in 1998. At the age of 20, the Brazilian was bought by French side Paris Saint-Germain, where he won the Intertoto Cup, and in 2003 he signed for Catalan side Barcelona. In his second season with the Blaugrana, he won his first FIFA World Player of the Year award, and Barca won the Spanish title. The subsequent 2005-06 season is considered one of the best in his career, as it was thanks to the Brazilian that Barcelona won the Champions League for the first time in 14 years, and another Spanish title, while Ronaldinho received the 2005 Ballon d'Or and a second Player of the Year award, with his 2 goals in El Clásico against Real Madrid. Ronaldinho became the second Barcelona player after Diego Maradona in 1983 to receive a standing ovation from the Los Blancos fans at the Santiago Bernabeu. With these successes, Ronaldinho is widely credited with changing Barcelona history, after missing out on the league title in the 2006-07 season and suffering from injuries in the 2007-08 season. Ronnie experienced a decline in his performances due to a decrease in his dedication and concentration on football, and left Spain to join Italian side Milan, where he won the Italian championship. In 2011, he returned to Brazil to play for Flamengo and Atlético Mineiro a year later, where Ronaldinho won the Copa Libertadores in 2013, then moved to Mexican side Querétaro, before returning to Brazil again to play for Fluminense in 2015, where the legendary footballer ended his career. Zinedine Zidane is one of the greatest footballers and managers in the history of football. He has become a symbol of refined style, intelligence on the pitch, and charisma, both as a player and as a coach. Zidane began his career at Cannes as a central midfielder and later played for Bordeaux. But the clubs that made the Frenchman famous throughout the world are considered to be Juventus and Real Madrid, with whom the Frenchman won 12 trophies. Zidane was named the best footballer in the world 3 times, 1998, 2000, 2003, and the best footballer in Europe once, 1998. In 2004, he was recognized by UEFA as the best footballer of the last 50 years. In 2016, he was recognized as the best French footballer in history by France Football. His transfer to Real Madrid in 2001 for €75 million was a record sum paid for a single player. From 1994 to 2006, he played for the French national team, making a total of 108 appearances and scoring 31 goals. With the national team, Zidane became world champion 1998 and European champion 2000. Before the 2006 World Cup, where Zidane captained the team and became the tournament's best player, the Frenchman announced his retirement from playing after the tournament. Subsequently, Zidane worked in the structure of Real Madrid, holding the positions of advisor to the president, sporting director, coach of the second team, and assistant to the head coach. In January 2016, Zidane was urgently appointed as head coach of the first team. In less than 2 seasons as coach of the main team, Zidane won 2 Champions Leagues, the UEFA Super Cup, the Club World Cup, the Spanish Championship. In October 2017, at the Best FIFA Football Awards ceremony, he was named the best coach in the world for his second consecutive Champions League victory with Real Madrid, which no one had ever done before. In 2018, Zidane won the Champions League for the 3rd time in a row. A few days after the victory, the Frenchman announced his departure from the Madrid club at his own request. However, in March 2019, he returned to the club. Kaka, real name Ricardo Isaacson dos Santos Light, is one of the most elegant and spiritual footballers of the 21st century. He combines speed, technique, intelligence, and nobility on the pitch, becoming one of the few who won the Ballon d'Or, the Champions League, and the World Cup. Nicknamed Kaka is a diminutive of Ricardo, a product of Sao Paulo. In 2000 to 2016, he was a player for the Brazilian national team, for which he played 92 matches and scored 29 goals. World champion in 2002. At the age of 8, Ricardo was noticed by Sao Paulo scouts during a local tournament and invited to join one of their sponsored teams. As part of Sao Paulo, Ricardo repeatedly won junior tournaments. In the summer of 2003, he was bought by Milan for €8.5 million. In his first season with Milan, he scored 10 goals and helped them win the Serie A title and reach the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Kaka's greatest club success was winning the 2006-07 Champions League, beating Liverpool in the final. In 2007, Kaka received the Golden Ball as the best footballer in Europe. On the 17th of December 2007, Kaka was named the best player in the world by FIFA. On June 8, Milan and Real agreed on Kaka's transfer to Madrid for 6 years. Kaka scored his first goal in official matches in the 5th round in a match against Villarreal. In August 2012, the management of the Italian Milan made an attempt to return the star Brazilian to the Rossoneri. However, the clubs could not agree, and unfortunately for Milan fans, Kaka remained in Madrid. On the 2nd of September 2013, on the last day of the transfer window, Kaka returned to Milan after 4 years, signing a 2-year contract. On the 14th of September, Kaka played his first match for Milan after returning, but was injured and was out for a month. In October 2017, Kaka announced that he would not sign a new contract with Orlando City and would leave the club at the end of the season. On December 17th of that year, 35-year-old Kaka announced his retirement from professional football. Thierry Henry is a legendary French striker, one of the best players in the history of Arsenal and the French national team, and a record holder for goals in both. Possessing phenomenal technique, speed, and intelligence on the field, Henry left a huge mark on world football. During his career, Henry has received numerous titles and awards, and has repeatedly set team and national championship records. He is the best scorer in the history of London's Arsenal, has been included in the symbolic teams of the world and Europe, has twice received the Golden Boot, and has been recognized as the Player of the Year England several times by various organizations. He is on the FIFA 100 list and has held the title of Knight of the Legion of Honor since 1998. In 1990, a scout from Monaco came to see the footballer. In 1994, he played his first match in Ligue 1. In his first season, the footballer took part in 18 matches for the club and scored 3 goals. The first and only season in Serie A turned out to be extremely unsuccessful for the footballer, playing in an uncomfortable position for himself as a flank midfielder and facing a well-organized defense. Say of the Italian Championship, in 16 appearances on the field, Henry was able to score only 3 goals. As a result of this failure, the player was put up for transfer and in August 1999 was sent to London's Arsenal for £10 million. At first, Henry disappointed fans. He failed to score a single goal in 8 full matches. Journalists expressed the opinion that the player would not be able to adapt to the powerful and fast game of the English Premier League. After several unsuccessful months, Henry noted that he has to relearn all the intricacies of the art of scoring goals. At the end of the season, doubts were dispelled. The forward showed impressive statistics at Arsenal, 26 goals. On June 25, 2007, as a result of an unexpected turn of events, Henry was sold to the Spanish Barcelona for €24 million. The Frenchman left Arsenal as the club's absolute record holder for the number of goals scored in the league. He has 174 goals. In addition to this, he managed to become the team's top scorer in European Cup matches, 42 goals. In July 2008, following a vote by fans on the official Arsenal website, Henry was named the best player in the history of the club. At the end of the season, the striker won the Spanish Super Cup, the UEFA Super Cup, and the Club World Cup. Thus, in one season, Barcelona took all 6 possible trophies. After the athlete returned from the World Cup, Barcelona announced that they had agreed to sell the striker to a certain club, and he only had to discuss the details of the agreement with him. In July 2010, Henry signed a long-term deal with the New York Red Bulls of the American Major League Soccer. Henry captained the Red Bulls and helped the team take first place in the MLS Eastern Conference at the end of 2013 and also became the ESPN MLS Player of the Year in 2013. On December 1, 2014, Thierry Henry announced his retirement from the New York Red Bulls. On December 16, 2014, Henry ended his football career and became a journalist for the British television channel Sky Sports. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro is one of the greatest footballers in history. His career is a story of endless dedication, discipline, and the desire to be number one. He holds the record for the most goals in football history, is a European champion, a 5-time winner of the Ballon d'Or, and a symbol of an entire era, record holder for the number of matches played for the national team, the best scorer in the history of football according to the IFFIS, and the 4th according to the RSSSF. The most productive footballer at the national team level, recognized by the Portuguese Football Federation as the best player in the history of Portuguese football. The first footballer in history to win the English Premier League, Spanish Primera, and Italian Serie. He was recognized as the best player and scorer of the season in each of these tournaments. He began his professional career at the Portuguese club Sporting in 2003, moved to English Manchester United in 2009, to Spanish Real Madrid in 2018, to Italian Juventus. He has repeatedly won the France Football Golden Ball 2008, 2016, 2017, the FIFA Golden Ball 2013, 2014, and the Golden Boot 2008, 2011, 2014, 2015. He holds the record for the most appearances in European competitions, is the all-time top scorer in European competitions, the best assist provider in the history of the UEFA Champions League, and has been the UEFA Champions League top scorer a record 7 times, 6 of which were consecutive, in 2008, as well as in 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. After winning the Champions League for the 3rd time in a row with Real Madrid, he became the first player to win the trophy 5 times. He played 213 matches for the Portugal national team, played in 14 tournaments, and scored in 13 of them. Since 2008, he has been the captain of the national team. In 2014, he became its top scorer, and in 2016 he set a record for the number of matches played. As part of the national team, he became the 2016 European champion and the 2019 UEFA Nations League winner. The first European to score 100 or more goals as part of the national team.